Hello and welcome on 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, a lot of activities have been following the performance of Nigerian D Tigers at the World Cup qualifier that took place in Serbia. Well, the good thing is that the ladies did well. They qualified Nigeria for the World Cup that will be coming up in Australia this same year. But the good thing is that the federal government, as they may fit, to at least give them, they will be giving them rather 25 million naira presidential award. Good one there. Another thing we'll be looking at the further by March this year. That is the story we'll be looking at right now. March 2022, they will be knowing their opponents, also called foes, when it comes to basketball. That is a FIBA World Cup basketball teams that will be playing over there in Australia. FIBA Women World Cup, D Tigers to know foes in March. Well, 12 teams qualify for the competition. We have Australia, Korea, Nigeria, Russia, Serbia, USA, Japan, Belgium, Bosnia and Herzegovina. You have China, Canada, and France. Those are the teams that will be playing at the Women's World Cup in Australia, the host nation. And we'll be looking at this particular story quickly with Abdullahi Kabiru. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to be here.
Now, our ladies will be going to Australia, 12 teams, but at least the draw will be done in March. That will be next month for them to know who the group they will be falling to for the World Cup. But so far, for the fact that we have Nigeria there, this is no longer Nigeria now, is about Africa. They are representing Africa now because that's the only African country there.
Oh wow, that's a huge achievement to be fair to the D Tigers to represent the entire continent there. I think hopefully if we don't come up against the US women's team, I think we should do well there.
But I actually say bring them on. If it's the US, we can. At least we've met, I know how good they are.
Yeah. The basketball there, especially the black community, there's like their culture, what they grew up.
That's their best sport.
So if you come up against them, we might not do too well. But since we've done well to qualify and get to this point, I think anything that comes is a bonus. We should just go there.
After all,
no pressure. Yeah.
Nigerian D Tigers did well against France, world rated, or they are ranked 5th in the world.
Exactly.
And we defeated them. And it was a very good one because a lot of people were not expecting Nigeria to win that game, but we won it.
Exactly. Given their resources, like compared to us, I'm sure our women's team don't have the amount of resources that the French team have, or the training capacity and all of that, the expertise. So that's a huge achievement. Like, despite our limitations, that we're going to represent in the world stage. That's very good.
Now we've been looking at the women, the Nigerian D Tigers, for what they did qualifying Nigeria for the World Cup, and also to remind you that they won the Afro basket. They've done it 3 times, and now they'll be rewarded. But the good thing is that they are going to be representing the continent, Africa, at the World Cup, because this time around, that's the only nation that will be there. Now let's look at the second story, interwoven with the story we are taking right now. Nigerian basketball has come a long way when it comes to administration, performance, and all that. You look at D Tigers, for the men and for the women, they've been outstanding. When it comes to African sport, when it comes to African performance in basketball, Nigerian D Tigers, especially the women, they've been outstanding. Now, issues have come up concerning Nigerian Basketball Federation that involve these 2 teams and the local league that has to do with Nigerian Basketball League for men and for women. Now, the NBBF, the Nigerian players that play basketball are saying, resolve NBBF leadership crisis now, urging the Minister of Sport, Sunday Dare, that he should take action to see what can be done concerning this, because that issue of crisis rocking NBBF is not good for the sport of basketball. That has really affected a lot of things in Nigerian basketball history. Now, you look at performance, you look at what do we need to do. In fact, a lot of people were afraid that maybe we will not go for the World Cup qualifier. Although the ministry took it upon itself to at least assemble the ladies, they were able to do well there. But they need to be at least administered by those elected to the board members of the Nigerian Basketball Federation. We need to do something. And that's why the players, our union basketball players, are urging the Minister of Youth and Sport to do something big now, fast, so that what is rocking, the crisis rocking Nigerian basketball can be removed or stopped. It is very possible. 2 factions again, where it happened during, it was Tijani Omar versus Kida, now it's Kida versus Igoche. We just hope that this crisis in Nigerian basketball will end. Aside basketball, it's happening in athletics, it's happening in badminton, and not forgetting other sports. But we just have to take our stand by always making sure that we remember that the athletes, they are the ones that suffer most. When they sweat it out, day in, day out, practicing, competing, doing everything possible to represent their state, the country, Nigeria, administrators should also deem it fit. Executive board members should also deem it fit to play their role well by not being selfish. Without this athlete, you cannot be there as an administrator. Food for thought. Coming from 360 Sport, we'll be looking at that particular story to resolve the issue of NBBF crisis coming from Nigerian Players Union about basketballers. They want the best for the sport. Now we move away from basketball as we quickly talk about another story is trending now. This time around, it's going to be football because our ladies are preparing. They're already in camp. Nigerian Super Eagles. They will be playing against Cote d'Ivoire, the Lady Elephant of Cote d'Ivoire, on Friday here in Abuja at the MK Abiola Stadium. Nigerian Super Eagles will be Super Falcons, I beg your pardon. They will be filing out, and to let you know that their coach Randy Waldrum pruned down the team squad list to 25, and now we have it from goalkeepers. We have Chiamaka Nadozie, who played for Paris FC of France, Tochukwu Eliohi, Maccabi Kishon Ronot, Hadera of Israel, Yewande Balogun in the US, defender Rafiat Imran, Rivers Angel, Onomeebi Minsk in Belarus, Ashley Plumter, Leicester City, England, Nicole Payne, West Virginia University, USA, Michelle Alozie, who played for Houston Dash in USA, and you have Akudo Bona, Edo Queens, Tosin Dimain, Rivers Angels, and if you go to the midfield, you have Peace Efra, who played for Kayat Gat in Israel, Yetunde Aruko, WFC Ramat Hashron, Israel, Amanda Mbadinuju, Payosa, Queens, Ngozi Okobi, Okeogene, Eskustina FC, Sweden, Grace Igboamalu, Bayelsa, Queens, Tony Oyedupe Payne, Sevilla, Spain, Regina Otu, who plays for Minsk in Belarus, and you have Rashidat Ajibade, Atletico Madrid, Spain, Rita Chipuelu, Madrid in Spain, and also you have to look at Amarachi Okonkwo, who played for Nasarawa Amazons. Down to the forward, Esther Okoronkwo, Saint Etienne, France, Vivian Ikechukwu, Rivers Angels, Gift Monday, FC Robo Queens of Lagos, Ifeoma Onumonu. That is New Jersey Gotham FC in USA, and you have Asisat Oshuala with FC Barcelona of Spain. The ladies will be filing out to play against Cote d'Ivoire. That is the Lady Elephant on Friday here in Abuja for the first leg, while the second leg will be coming up next week on Wednesday. They'll be going to Abidjan to play the Lady Elephant. These Lady Elephant are very good at scoring. They defeated their last opponent 20-0. Yes, 20-0. First leg 9, second leg 11. And lately, Nigerian Super Falcons have been finding it difficult, but we have hope that they will win this game hugely, because they just have to win hugely. Going to play the second leg in Cote d'Ivoire will be very, very decisive. Now, I've been talking concerning Nigerian Super Falcons. They'll be playing the first leg of between the two. There's the last qualifier that will be coming up between the two. Do you think they can?
Wow, you just said they beat Ivory Coast.
Yeah, no, Cote d'Ivoire. That's Ivory Coast won their last game 20-0 against the Nigeria
coming up against them.
Yes. Oof. Don't be scared about that.
Yeah, but looking at the squad list that you just showed, like most of them play for good European clubs, some play in the US. So these aren't just like your average football players. I'm sure they're highly experienced. And our Super Falcons and the underage ones is the Falconets. They've been doing well. I think they've won a World Cup or they've gone to a final in the past, if my memory serves me well. So I think we shouldn't be too intimidated by Ivory Coast. But the scoreline, like I said, 20-0 on aggregate, their previous game. We should say it will be a tough game, I think.
They are a freak scoring side, talking about the Lady Elephant, but I know the experience of Super Falcons in Nigeria, in Africa. They've been outstanding. They've dominated Africa for good 9 times. Exactly. But that is not the issue now. The issue now is the ladies should be able to win convincingly. Either we actually win that game 3-0, or 4-0 or 2-0 without conceding any goal, so that by the time we go to Abidjan in Cote d'Ivoire, whatever happens there, we can face it. At least, maybe if it's a draw, we are going to win there, but let's win conveniently here. with at least 2-0, 3-0, 4. Even if they can win 6-0, let them.
Easier said than done. But yeah, since they're a free scoring team, I think the best thing maybe we should try not to concede and maybe win 1-0, 2-0, so that when we go there, maybe we can play on the counter because they'll come out like to attack.
1-0 is dangerous for Nigeria.
2-0.
1-0. That's why I mentioned 2-0.
Okay.
2-0 will give us at least, we have that hope that yes, we're actually leading, and they will now be the one trailing us.
That's true.
But if we win by just a lone goal, and we are going to their home, it's very dicey for the fact that the Lady Elephant have been very free scoring. They've been scoring goals. And if you look at the gap between Nigerian Super Falcons and the remaining top teams in African football, women football, is closing. Equatorial Guinea, South Africa, Angola, Ghana, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire. And you can pick, you just have to look at South Africa, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana. Those countries are really closing the gap against Nigerian Super Falcons. So, this first leg, win convincingly, do not concede. That's my take. Do not concede. Don't win by a lone goal.
I agree.
Win by at least 2 or 3. And if you can score 17, good one. But at least 2 is the minimum.
Realistically, something like that, 2, 3, at least. Don't concede. They're a free scoring team. Even when we go there, they'll come out to attack. Hopefully, we get chances on the counter attack.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Now you're getting my analysis now. And then by the time we go to Abidjan, they will be, they will be trailing. They'll be trailing us, and the mindset that they want to come out to attack will also give us space to operate, and which we can even you can defeat them also at home. It is very possible. But make the statement here: win them first here. The same thing applicable to Ghana. Ghana will be playing Nigerian Super Eagles first in Ghana. Now they will be looking at, okay, if you can beat Super Eagles in Ghana, then Nigeria, whatever happens
for the World Cup qualifier.
Yes, so it's really a big task for Nigerian men and women right now, because this is our last chance to qualify for the World Cup. That's Qatar for the men. And also, these are our last qualifiers for women. That is African Women Cup of Nations, ALCON. And we need to be there. And you look at our performance lately, the women, the ladies, we find it very difficult. When we play Aisha Buhari's Cup, in fact, at the final, you saw what the young South African Bayana did to us. Yes, they defeated us here in Abuja. Wow. They show here in Nigeria. So it shows that we just have to up our game. We need to score without conceding, and not just to score a goal, at least from 2 to maybe 1 million goals.
Hopefully, man. Realistically, hopefully the 2, 3 should be more realistic, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, we've been talking concerning Nigerian ladies taking on the Lady Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire in Abuja on Friday. That match will speak volume because Nigerian Super Falcons just have to win that game convincingly. Not just to win, but without conceding, because the Lady Elephants are really another turn in the flame when it comes to women football. We must be very, very careful of Cote d'Ivoire. Although coach around the wardrobe knows what he's doing by putting down the list to 25. We just read out the list of the players that are playing for Nigerian Super Eagles there. Hopefully, all the players will be at their best as they play against the Lady Elephant. Super Falcons should fly higher than the Elephant. Talking about ALCON there. Now we move away from ALCON. Let's look at fixtures quickly in La Liga. That'll be coming up today in La Liga. Well, Atletico Madrid will be at home against Levante at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, Estadio as they call it in Spanish. Well, Atletico Madrid, Levante. This is a game that you just have to, okay, who are you tilting towards here?
I think Atletico Madrid.
Why?
And there's pressure on them to win. Obviously, they lost to Barcelona, was it last weekend or the week before? So they should, like at the start of the season, people were saying they'll win La Liga. Obviously, they won it last season. Their squad was good. They signed Griezmann back, but they've really been disappointing, I think. Given the squad, given the state of Barcelona, Real Madrid, they're not as good as they were before. So this was their opportunity to take it and dominate La Liga, but they've been really disappointing, I think. Even their manager, they've been disappointing this season.
Diego Simeone.
So there's pressure on them to win and qualify for Champions League because they're not in the top 4 at the moment. Betis are 3rd, I think, and Barcelona are 4th.
So now you are tilting towards them winning this game against Levante?
Yeah, I think they should because there's pressure.
Can you predict?
3-0, 2-0, because they don't score many goals and they don't concede many. So I would say like 2-0 to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. Well, Levante will be playing against Atletico Madrid today at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. Who knows? Maybe Diego Simeone and the entire squad will get their act well and win that game against Levante. They just have to up their game. A lot of expectations from Madrid, Atletico Madrid fans. They are not too happy for the way that squad, who we know how good Diego while he was playing, and also now that he's a manager, well, that team just have to wake up from slumber. They have a lot of star players there. Suarez is there. Their main man, formerly is back. He will be supposed to be adding more spark to that team. Atletico Madrid, Levante. Now let's look at the big one also happening today. The UEFA Champions League matches will also be coming up. Where 2 matches will be coming up between Salzburg versus Bayern. Now when you look at Salzburg versus Bayern, it's like, now this is from Austria versus Germany. They are like twin sisters. So Salzburg will be hosting Bayern Munich, while Inter Milan, Liverpool. Let's start with the Salzburg Bayern. Bayern, we know how wonderful they've been over there in Bayern Munich, and Salzburg too. They are also top when it comes to football in Austrian league. But Bayern knows what to do. Do you think they can win this game? Because lately, Bayern lost their last game against Bochum. Yeah, they lost by 4-2. And maybe that could actually force Salzburg into action to think, okay, we can. If Bochum 1848 could do it, we too can do it.
Well, all due respect to Salzburg, but I think it should be a straightforward win for Bayern Munich. Like, the experience they have, the quality, the difference in players they have, Lewandowski, Sane, Gnabry, Müller, these guys have won it before, they've been here, they know, they have experience of playing tough Champions League games. So I think it should be a straightforward victory for Bayern Munich.
You believe they're going to win?
I think they'll win convincingly, similar to Man City, Sporting Lisbon.
Are you so sure?
I suspect.
Well, now let's look at Inter Milan versus Inter Milan will be playing against Liverpool, and Inter Milan over there in Italy actually forces, one of the forces to be reckoned with. You just have to give it up to them. They've been fantastic among the top 3 right now. And you look at Liverpool second on the log also in EPL. Mane is back, Salah is back, the entire squad are doing well. Now the game tonight over there in Italy, you see Liverpool winning?
I think that one is a bit more tight. It will be difficult to call. Liverpool, they're slight favourites. I think they'll give them slight favourites. It will be a tough game because Inter Milan, I know they're a top team as well. They're competing for the title, like you said, in Italy. They're challenging them and AC Milan. Napoli, exactly. And obviously they lost Lukaku in the summer, but they've done well to replace him. Dzeko is there. There's another striker, Korea, that they signed. Right back to they lost, who played last night, Hakimi. They've replaced him with Netherlands guy, Dumfries. So at Liverpool, like you said, they're doing well, second in the Premier League. They signed Luis Diaz as well to add to their attacking press, Salah, Jota. I think Liverpool are favourites, but just slight favourites. It will be a difficult game. I won't be surprised if Inter Milan beat them, actually.
Now, you just mentioned a player that, yes, Jota, Diego. That player has been very outstanding for Liverpool when it comes to matches. You just don't expect, in fact, throughout the time of AFCON, the matches they play, he was able to at least show that I can't be relied on.
Yeah, he was showing that he can step into the shoes of Salah, Mane when they're absent. He has been really outstanding this season. I think for someone that isn't the tallest person, like his headers are so good. Like some of the goals he scores with his head, right foot, left foot, like all-round complete striker. Like as Firmino was the star in the past, there number 9 falls out, but this guy Jota has really shown that he's replaced Firmino from this season, I think.
And you look at even when despite the fact that Salah and Mane are back, if Diogo Jota is given the chance, he's always delivering. That player seems to be, maybe when he first came, he was underrated to some people, but he has really justified him being in that team.
No, he has definitely justified. I think he's the second top scorer in the league after Mohamed Salah. He's even catching up, actually, just 4 goals behind. So maybe teammates will be battling it out for the golden boot at the end of the season. But no, Jota is a complete number 9. He scores both feet with his head, even though he's not the tallest, not the biggest, but he always jumps and scores with his head. So he's a top player, I think. Another outstanding signing by the manager, Jurgen Klopp.
Now, Inter Milan, we know that when it comes to the record in Champions League, they don't have it much, except the one that Mourinho won for them since then. They've been pursuing also. There are teams, when you look at them in their league, they are one of the big teams, but they don't have the, likely history now. They don't have the history. The way AC Milan, they are having it in Italia Serie A. Juventus, Inter Milan, they've been pursuing. They couldn't. They have not been able to.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to England, same thing happens to Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City, big club, achieving, blowing, beating everyone, blowing people, clubs away. But when it comes to Champions League, they found wanting. And you could go to Germany, you can see Borussia Dortmund also there. You go straight to France, there are teams that when you look at, Olympique Marseille, Monaco, Lyon, they are always found wanting. But even PSG too. So, but there are clubs that they have the history of being top performers in UEFA Champions League. Liverpool, AC Milan, Real Madrid. Those three clubs stands out.
Yeah, just like this history, heritage, in the history of the club, that always seems to play a part. Like if you notice some of the finals, like if they come up against a team that have been there, they've won it, there was always that bit of extra. Like last season, Chelsea against Man City. The fact that Chelsea have been there multiple times in the club, they've won to finals, they've lost, they've won it in 2012. It just like pushed them, give them that little bit of extra to go on and win it. Like you said, Italian clubs, I don't know, for some reason in the past few seasons they haven't been doing too well. So maybe Inter Milan this season, they will show us if maybe they can beat Liverpool and go to the quarterfinals. Who knows, maybe go all the way. Because the last time an Italian club won it was it Inter Milan 2010. I think Juventus have lost quite a few finals along the way. They've lost to Barca, they've lost to Real Madrid. But yeah, Italian clubs haven't really been performing in the Champions League level in the past few seasons. Except
for AC Milan that so far been holding the record.
Yeah.
Well, we've been looking at the Champions League matches that will be coming up tonight. Well, matches will be coming up between Salzburg of Austria versus Bayern Munich of Germany, while Inter Milan of Italy, they play host to Liverpool from England. That match will be the match that a lot of people want to see between Inter and Liverpool. A big match, if you ask me. Now, UEFA, a lot of people don't know, but we just have to bring it to your notice that UEFA really changes some rules when it comes to UEFA Champions. Let's quickly look at those rules one by one as we read it out. UEFA has removed away goal rules from the Champions League this season. That's number one. If a tie is level at the end of second leg, extra time and penalties will take place as required, regardless of number of away goals each team has scored. Managers are permitted to name up to 12 substitutes in their match squad, and maximum of 5 can be used during 90 minutes at no more than 3 stoppages of play. Now we still look at a 6th substitution. An additional stoppage of play is available if a match goes to extra time. Players who have joined a new club before the knockout stages are eligible to feature regardless of previous participation in the European competition this season. Those are the rules coming from UEFA there so that people can understand talking about the changes that UEFA actually made. Good one there coming from UEFA, because this rule stands. And a lot of people don't even know that, away goal, this one, like we were talking earlier in our earlier recording, live show. Now, let's look at the fact that UEFA Champions League tonight, where will you stand? Liverpool, Inter, prediction?
That's a tough game. I think Liverpool will just win it 2-1.
Liverpool win 2-1 against Inter Milan.
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow will be another time. I'm going to talk about. You are sure Liverpool win 2-1?
I think I'll give them slight favorites
to win.
They'll win 2-1.
You have a favorite player to score?
Mohamed Salah, probably the new signing, Jota.
You're not looking at Inter Milan. Maybe Checo will score.
Checo, he could score maybe corner or header, some set piece. He might score. Yeah. So I'll give them 2-1. Liverpool to win.
And I'm hoping Lewandowski can just make a difference tonight.
Yeah, Bayern probably 3-0. 4-0,
Oh,
3-0.
against Salzburg?
Yeah, I think they will win convincingly.
I hope they will make you eat your words.
Who knows? Who knows? Who sees?
Football can be so dicey, very, very unpredictable when it comes to it. We just guess, and you look at time you guess right, and time you guess wrong. We've been looking at Uefa Champions League fixtures for tonight. We've also talked about the basketball Nigerian women team. They will be knowing their foes by March when the draws will be coming up in Australia. 12 teams have so far qualified for the competition. Nigeria among from Africa, and we have China, France, Canada, not forgetting USA and other teams that will play in that competition. We've also looked at the Players Union making, at least begging the Minister of Youth and Sports on the direct to quickly do something about the crisis rocking Nigerian Basketball Federation. NBBF crisis must be put under the carpet now before it goes beyond what we can actually bear. It's really, really disheartening. Now we also look at Nigeria. Matches will be coming up today in the NPFL. In fact, we speak right now. Matches are ongoing in the NPFL. 7 matches are ongoing, and we hope to bring you more of this on our subsequent edition. It's been a wonderful time with Abdullahi Kabiru.
Great to be here. It's been a fun conversation.
Good one there. Well, it's always good to do sport. I always see it as business and as fitness. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.